Hello and welcome back to our channel. I'm Colleen and this is Our Blessed Life, and I have everybody with me in the car, and we are on an emergency trip to Hilton Head. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and link up top our playlist about our moving adventures. So if you are new here, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. And if you have been around for a while, then you know that we are currently in the process of selling our house and relocating to Hilton Head, South Carolina. And this morning, during Sophie's speech therapy, we got the news from our realtor that a new house had hit the mark. It's on the street we want to be in. It's in our price range. And it's not even like on Zillow or anything yet, so it's like it hasn't had a ton of activity yet. But the houses in this neighborhood in this price range are being like literally, they go within hours, and sometimes without people seeing them, and sometimes it's a very competitive, it's very difficult. So we decided today to drop everything and go ahead and head down to Hilton Head. So our realtor is going to FaceTime us while we're on the way, and we intend to go ahead and make an offer if the FaceTime video is favorable, and then we are going to look at it right after that. So we'll probably do an offer that has a contingency for us viewing the house within like a couple of hours or something like that. Today is Thursday, July 9th, and this is actually our second day trip down to Hilton Head this week. So, woo! It's been crazy, but I'll go ahead and give you an update on what has been going on over the past like 24 hours. We have actually put in an offer on another house in a neighborhood that was not our first choice. Tuesday night at about like 10:30, we put in an offer on this other house in the other neighborhood. Our realtor gave them to 8 p.m. the next day, and they like took literally every second of that time. Like they came back at basically 8 p.m. And they countered back with a really, really high offer, and then just we kind of like all night long went back and forth until we finally just decided that it wasn't going to work out. That kind of all fell apart last night, and we were really, really sad about that. I think that actually fell apart last night around like 10:30. That is kind of how we woke up this morning, just kind of like sad and just frustrated, honestly, because like I said, this has just been so hard. We thought the selling side would be harder, but the buying side has proven to be way, way harder. So
when we made our final offer last evening, we prayed that if this house was going to be a blessing for us, to let the offer go through, and if it wasn't going to be a blessing for us, then to let it fall through. And of course it fell through. So and of course this morning here we are heading down to see a home in our preferred neighborhood because the listing just dropped. So
in our preferred street inside the
right
neighborhood.
Right, in the preferred area that we were looking for. That's all good, positive stuff. We'll see where this leads us, but thought we'd mention that about the prayer because obviously it's important.
yeah. So Gary is going to do some work. We keep uprooting him with his job because we keep having to get back and forth to Hilton Head. So that's why I'm driving, because normally he drives on all of our road trips. So we will keep you posted, and if we're able to get into the house and all of that, we will vlog that and just kind of keep you posted as how it goes. I don't know in this vlog if we're going to actually know, but if it actually works out and we know it, we'll put it in this vlog. If not, it'll be in a future vlog. But yeah, so we're hopeful now that we can make this work out. And I think I've said this before on the vlog, but our closing on this house is July 29th, but the sellers, or the buyers, are allowing us to remain in the house until August 29th. So we know that because Hilton Head is just, like I said, it's a crazy market right now. They have so many sales going on, so many homes being refinanced right now, that it's very, very difficult to close, and it's going to take at least 45 days to close. So basically what we need is 45 days from whatever day that we come into an agreement with a seller on a house in Hilton Head. We need 45 days to close. And so our hope is that we can still be within that window. And right now we're a few days within the window. So if we could come to terms today, and then the 45 days would probably start tomorrow, or maybe even today, I'm not sure. But anyway, what that would do is it would allow for us to move directly from one home to the next without having to move into a rental, either house or apartment or something like that, where we have to move twice and pay for the move twice. Okay, so here's our update. We left home about 1 o'clock, and right now it's about 2:30. And our realtor FaceTimed us maybe 30 minutes ago or so from the house that we're going to go look at. And we had to pull over so that we could FaceTime with him and everybody could see it and all that kind of stuff. And so we didn't have a lot of road noise. We could hear him. So the house was absolutely gorgeous, and we went ahead and told him that we didn't want to go ahead and make an offer on it, and we went full price because that's the only way to get anything like done at this point with this market. So we definitely didn't want to lose the house if we had any chance of closing the deal. So anyway, we're still heading down. We're gonna see that. The story of our lives this week has been just being in the car and back and forth and all of that. So I think we're all pretty excited when we saw the house on the FaceTime video. So it does have 4 bedrooms. One of the bedrooms is pretty small and it's really more like an office. So we still need to kind of figure out where like everyone would go, but there's really no wasted space. The house is 2,400 square feet. So that's about 1,200 square foot less than the main part of our house now. And our house is actually 4,000 square feet if you count the office above the garage. So it's a good bit smaller, but it has no real wasted space. So we do think it's going to be okay for us, and it's pretty much exactly what we were looking for. So we're really excited. We hope that it works out, and we will let y'all know what happens later on in this vlog. Okay, it has been a really long day. So we just got back from Hilton Head. We put another offer in on another house. Okay, so this is our 4th house that we've made an offer on. We think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, we spent time with the family, the sellers, while we were down there. Great couple. And
we hung out for about 2 hours actually in their house, and Sophie made friends.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, we basically had an offer. I mean, if they could have signed right then, they would have, but they have to work through their realtor. So yeah, so that their realtor has advised to what?
Basically get a little bit more documentation on the people that are buying our house, just to try to make sure that on the other side of the deal it doesn't fall through. So we don't really have a signed contract yet. We're really hopeful that it'll happen tonight, but basically we need like mortgage commitment letters and stuff like that for the people that are buying our house. I don't know if we're gonna get that. I don't know how far they are in the process, but
yeah, I think ultimately we're going to have them trust that it's going to come, and that we felt good. I mean, I think the couple that's selling the house really believe that I think they're going to go ahead and sign it. But yeah. We have the story behind this, huh?
Yeah.
About the fact that last night, that after we gave that one offer on the one house, that we prayed that. You know, whether, you know, if it was going to be a blessing to allow us to get the house, if it wasn't going to be a blessing for us, or wasn't going to provide us a blessing, then to let it fall through. And then it fell through, and then obviously,
and we were all sad,
even though we're giving it all to the Lord,
Yeah.
Even though we should be trusting and everything,
Right.
we still felt sad.
We still felt sad.
And yet, this morning, we wake up and our realtor's calling us and telling us that a new house had come on the market in our preferred neighborhood.
And
the one that we really wanted from the get-go.
Yeah, and his exact words were, "This is the one. This is the one."
Right.
Like, because he knew exactly what we wanted, and this house, it has been completely remodeled, bathrooms, kitchen, all of that stuff, and it was done in materials that we would have selected.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how sometimes people want to charge more for a house because it's had renovations done, but then the renovations that they did aren't exactly like what you would have chosen, and you might go in and change it, or you're, like you really don't like it even though it's new or whatever. So in this case, it's basically perfect. So the only thing it doesn't have is a pool, so we would probably install a pool. But
yeah, actually, this is better than the one that got away.
Yeah, the one that got away. If you saw that video, this house is actually better because it has a 4th bedroom and it has an extra bathroom and it has a garage.
Mm-hmm.
So if it works out, we'll be going from 4,007 square feet to like 2,415. So can we do it?
I think that's going to happen. Hopefully, it's not going to be another one that got away, because I don't know if we can take another one that got away.
No, we can't take any more.
But the story behind how all this went down, and between last night praying and losing that house, and then waking up this morning and getting this one, and just not to mention the fact we didn't talk about the fact that they're leaving furniture. Like,
oh yeah,
they're like, well, y'all choose which furniture that you want us to leave.
Yeah, here's a list of the furniture we're leaving, which is virtually their entire house of furniture. Just go ahead and just circle the things that you would like to keep.
Good morning. Give me a huggy. Ooh, say good morning, Papa Daddy.
Good morning. What?
We're under contract. We're under contract.
It got so late, we just kind of stopped the vlog, but I wanted to tell you how the whole saga of rushing down to Hilton Head to look at the house on the street we wanted and the neighborhood we wanted and all that kind of stuff, how that turned out. So we ended up getting under contract, like Gary told you, but this was the craziest thing ever, because this house was not even on like Zillow or any of that kind of stuff. It's still, I don't think, showing up anywhere, but it was in MLS. And so our real estate agent, he called Gary yesterday morning, and he said, "Hey, I think I found a good house for y'all. It just showed up in MLS." And so I think we pulled it up and saw some old pictures or something like that, and we were like, we need to get down there and look at that, because it's been such a hot market that you can't even wait. I mean, sometimes waiting a couple hours is too long. So we, Sophie was having speech therapy. Gary was trying to deal with some inspection items on this house. And so pretty much within about 45 minutes, we got in the car and we drove down Hilton Head, and we stopped along, we just kind of pulled off the road at some point along the way below Orangeburg or something like that. And our realtor FaceTimed us, and he was like walking around the house. The homeowners were there, and so he was like talking to them, and he was walking us around the house, and we were like, the house is beautiful, and it has 4 bedrooms. It had how many bathrooms, Gary?
3.5.
Had 3.5 bathrooms. It's only 2,400 square feet, and this house is actually 4,000, but that's if you include the office above the garage. The actual main house part is 3,600. So it's a great difference in square footage, but we knew that was going to happen just to move to Hilton Head. So anyway, we went down there, we looked at it, and it was beautiful. The homeowners wanted to stay. The homeowners wanted to stay in the house. They wanted to meet us, and so that was really neat to get to meet them. It was unusual. It was an unusual like home tour or whatever, but it was neat. We actually hung out with them for like 2 hours, and so
I was making a friend.
yeah, Sophie was making friends.
Yeah.
We went ahead and we put an offer in on the house, and because all the houses in the neighborhood that we've been trying to get into were just flying off the market. I mean, especially anything that had been updated. We went ahead and put in a full price offer because we know that our offer is a little bit weaker because we have a contingency still on the sale of this house, even though our buyer's approved. We have a closing date. We actually close in 3 weeks, and we've already been through the due diligence. So, yeah, so we went ahead and we're like, we just don't want to lose another house because this is house number 4 that we've put an offer on. So we put in a full price offer, hoping that they would say, okay, we'll take our house off the market. So that's what you would think would happen. However, their realtor got involved, so we were all ready to sign, and because they're represented by a realtor, our realtor couldn't just be like, hey guys, sign the paper. He had to give it to their realtor so their realtor could go over the contract with them and make sure that it was a good deal for them. So when the realtor got it, she had all kinds of issues. It was like, I think it was because it was the first day the house was on the market. We had a buyer on our house, and we needed 20 days to do the due diligence because down there, because of COVID and everything, that's getting really difficult to get the people to come in and do inspections. Traditionally, that would be a 15-day period, but when you can't get the people to the house quickly, then that extends everything. And so our realtor had put in 20 days just to make sure that we actually had a chance to get it done. Hey, baby. So that was another thing. There was just numerous little things that were, I don't want to say nitpicky, but they kind of felt nitpicky to us. But I think, you know, the realtor was just really just trying to make sure that her clients were getting the best deal or protected or however you want to look at it. But anyway, she was just trying to do right by her client. But from our perspective, it seemed a little nitpicky. So she finally agreed at like, I don't know, maybe 9:30 at night that she would go ahead and present the offer to the clients. Now keep in mind, the clients already knew what the offer was and had verbally agreed to it. So it was just a matter of whether the realtor was going to, like, I don't know, I guess let them sign it. So they were apparently in a dinner party or at dinner with friends or something, and she took the paper over to them and she went through all of her like things that she had concerns about, and they basically told her, hey, we really like them, and we got to spend time with them, and we really want to go ahead and sell them the house. So they went ahead and signed it, so we were really super grateful for that. And so at about maybe 10:30 or 11 o'clock last night, we were under contract on that house, and our closing date is on or before August 24th. This feels really great to know where we're going and when we're going there. We're just hopeful at this point. You know, it's not done until you're living in the house, so we're hopeful at this point that we're on the downhill side of all this.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.